Hi everyone, welcome back to Eden's Secret. So what I thought I would show you here is I've just been mixing my Shea body butters and I just thought I'd show you me pouring them. I mean, I'm thinking that might be quite boring, but some of you might want to watch that. The great thing with body butter is you can also pipe it into your container, which creates a really good effect if you use a cool piping nozzle. Or you can do what I'm going to do, and that is just pour it in there. But what I've done is I've made two colours, and this is my Kenzo and More Pure Shea body butter. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pour it into the jars, straight out of a jug. You might have to clean the jar up after you, like I'm obviously going to have to here. I've let it go a little bit thick. It's starting to get a little bit hard around the edges, but it'll still be fine. And it goes hard around the edges obviously because you've got the air cooling it down from the outside. And if you're interested, I'll show you a video of me putting the lids on and decorating them and popping the label on the front. If you're interested in that, just mention it in a comment. It's very hard to talk and concentrate at the same time. So we're getting down to the last little bits out of the jug, and so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape it out with these fantastic scraping spoons that we all use now, and they are marvellous for getting every little last scrap out of the jug. Use two separate ones because we've got two separate colours, and I don't want to get the two colours mixed together on the spoon. If the last little bit does get too thick, you can always just pipe it in, just like you would piping. See, it's pretty thick now, so I might have to just scoop this into a piping bag. And I'll just use one of the... Gosh, I put everything away for over Christmas and I can hardly find anything. And I've got a piece of fabric down here. You know, I always cover the lid with a nice round piece of fabric, so don't do any stitching around the edge or anything like that, far too time consuming. I've got myself a pen, and I've got something round that's round about the right size that I need to go on the top of there. Looking at this, sorry, I've got something in my mouth. Looking at this, it looks a little bit too big at the moment. but it's better to cut it bigger so you can cut it down. So all we do is just pop it down onto the fabric, and we're just going to draw circles around it. You want to try and waste as little fabric as possible, so make sure you touch your circles together. I didn't think I was filming there, that's why it went quiet. It is a bit of a faff this, but it does make all the difference. And I actually don't sell my shea butters and things wholesale just because of this, making them look pretty and all that. It'd just be so time consuming. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 9 jars but only 6 circles, so we'll come back. I'll start cutting these out, and then I'll just cut 2 extra ready for the next video. So there you see the circles on the fabric, and I'm just gonna get an ordinary pair of scissors and cut through it. I'm trying to look through the camera to do this. And then I've got a pair of scissors and they've got a jagged edge like this. So that's what I'm actually going to cut the fabric out, and this saves you having to sew around the edge. So I'm just cutting around that line.
Prince William graduated from the Search and Rescue Training Course at Royal Air Force Academy in Anglesey, Wales today. The Prince will now go on to be a fully qualified and operational search and rescue pilot. He will be flying the Sea King helicopter at RAF Alley joining number 22 Squadron.
And that's your circle cut out. You can see the jagged edge around there. And then what we're going to do, it actually is just exactly the right size now it's cut, because you need to fold it over here and then pop your Karen, come on, wake up, pop your ribbon around, and I actually do put an elastic band on as well. So I'm going to cut all of these circles out, and then I'll come back to show you me popping these on and then popping the labels on as well. So I'll see you next time. Not be long, I'll be back very soon. Bye for now. Now you saw me pipe some mixture into a jar as well, and I just wanted to show you what that looks like and what a cool look it gives to your pot if you want it to look a little bit different. So that's just by using a piping tip and your piping bag and piping it in there. And let's see if I can do this with one hand. Well, I'll see if we can. I've lost the thing off the top of my oh, what do you call it? I'm useless today with words. The top of my tripod, I've lost it, so I can't tip my camera up and down. So hopefully you can see that there. And so you just want to put this on central. I've got my elastic band, and I'm just going to pop it over the top. And it isn't easy, because if you sort of pull it to one side, the other side pops off and all sorts of things. So that is that done. And then what I do with that is I've got all of my curling ribbon. You still see what I'm doing? Yeah. And I just work out where the middle of the ribbon is, like so, and then I pop the middle in the middle and I go around the back. We tie a double knot. I always tie a double knot because it makes it a lot tighter and it stays in position. If you just do one knot, it tends to come loose. And then tie it as tight as you can, then that pulls it right in. And then back round to the front. Sorry, should have done a double knot. Over. And then you need to tie a bow in that. You don't want a great big bow, so you've got to try and tie it as small as you can.
It was rumoured that Kevin had made a date that night with a married woman, which fell through.
And then keep pulling it back through.
Kevin ended up going out alone, but soon joined up with some acquaintances.
Tightening it up like that, and then I always tie another knot on the front. But I hold these while I pull it, because if you pull it, the loops come back through. I'm not doing a very good job, but it gives you the idea. And then I just cut that off, and then we're ready for the label. I've already got my labels cut out.
Moved across the road to the Waka to the Royal Hotel.
It's actually a beautiful spring day today. What's the weather like where you are today? I know if you're in Australia it's probably red hot. Up the top of the States it'll be pretty cool, I would imagine, same as here. So there you go, just try and get your label right in the middle. And if you're really lucky, it might meet in the back, but it's not gonna. So all I do with that bit is pop the ingredients label on top of it to hide it. So that's what your jar looks like. All done up and ready to go. So I'm just going to finish these ones off, and I'll let the video roll until it runs out, and then I'll see you for my next video. How about that?
About 2:50 AM that morning. He's walked towards the service station across the road, through the alleyway there. He's gone through the bus depot, on towards Bridge Street.
It's a beautiful sunny day, but we've actually got frost all over the ground. But it's not freezing. It's not really... How stupid does that sound? We've got frost on the ground. It's not freezing inside. So it can't be too cold outside, even though the frost hasn't gone yet. And the fabric I use is Clark & Clark. It's quite thick. It's not just a thin cotton. I can't remember what type of fabric you call it, but it's more like a curtain or an upholstery fabric. It's not a thin dress cotton fabric at all. And some of those beautiful cotton prints cost a fortune, like £30 a metre. Where this one's, well, I say only 10. And again, that's another reason why I don't want to do these wholesale, because of the price of the fabric that goes on top. It's all extra cost. So it's great if I'm selling to customers on the website, but once you're doing trade, obviously your trade prices have got to be a lot less than your retail. So I just don't think it would be worth me doing them. Shea butter's not a cheap product either. I mean, I don't know what you pay where you are, but for 5 kilos of shea butter here, it's about £45 plus VAT. So that's an extra 20% on top of that. Let's get a calculator and I'll tell you what that is. let's guess what. Do you know how thick? How thick can you get? Let's get a calculator. Literally, there was one sitting on the bench here. So 45 20% is 54. So it's £54 for 5 kilos of shea butter in the UK. A lot of money. And it's always going up. I mean, when I first started, I'm sure shea butter was only about 30. The absolute beauty about shea butter is it's fantastically moisturising. It has its own natural sunscreen. It's not very high sunscreen, but it has got its own natural sunscreen. It's fantastic for prolonging your tan. It's excellent for getting rid of dry skin. If you want a beautiful glow on your skin, you want red carpet skin, if you pop some of this on, you're just going to glow when you go out. Plus, you're going to smell amazing, and you won't even need to wear your perfume when you've got this on, because it just smells like perfume. Many customers who buy these products, the shea butter and the massage bars, they'll come in and say, oh, my friend was saying to me, what is that you're wearing? It's gorgeous. And they tell their friends, and then their friends come in and buy, and then their friends ask them, what you're wearing, it's gorgeous. And that's how your trade builds up. Just one problem with these is it's nearly 300 grams and they last a long time. I do have one customer though that orders every single month without fail, and she absolutely loves these. So I'll just say hello to Tola. Thank you as always. I know she really loves our shea butters, especially the angel skin, and she has bought the Kenzo as well in this last order. So you might notice some of the labels have Kenzo and more. I've decided to incorporate all the Kenzo and call it Kenzo Kisses. So if you get Kenzo and more or Kenzo Kisses, it's exactly the same product in a beautiful little cute pot. I don't offer these as wholesale because you can see there's a lot of work in them, and they're just so far too time consuming. But I will consider selling these at wholesale without the fabric and the ribbon on the top, and you could decorate them yourselves if you wanted to. The great thing, if you do have a shop and you've got the fabric on the top, people can't open them and test them, because often with creams and moisturisers you'll go back to your product, open it up, and someone's had their finger in it. Which is really annoying, especially when there's a tester pot standing there right in front of them. So there you go, that's the Kenzo Kisses Pure Shea Butter. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.